Hi, everyone. My name is Luis, and I lead go-to-market in the US for Edge Company. So I'm here to introduce you to what we do, and also to how we think that the biggest shift in AI right now is, of course, not in the models themselves, but through agency and computer use capabilities. Edge Company is a frontier AI lab with forward-deployed engineers, and our clients are large enterprises. We help them turn messy, fragmented operation into governed AI execution at scale. In other words, what we do is we build and deploy agentic systems that remove bottlenecks, that automate complex work, and that complete tasks end-to-end. But then the question is, how are we different and unique? Well, to tell you a bit more background, we were created 2 years ago, and our research team focused on VLMs, Vision Language Models. These models can see screens and user interfaces, they can reason over them, and they power agents that act directly on them. That means our agents, they don't need APIs or connectors. They navigate computers like humans do through the front end, across desktop, web, legacy system, and just any screen. Earlier this year, we announced that we broke the computer use frontier by topping the latest benchmark ahead of other frontier AI labs at 1/10 of the cost. We also raised $220 million as our seed round. It was the largest in Europe at the time, and our partners are Accel, Amazon, and we're also part of the NVIDIA Nemotron coalition. Now again, if we want to take a step back about why that matters, I think if we think of things, last time I was on this stage was 8 years ago for my graduation ceremony, so go Bears. And also, at that time, campus was all about crypto, Bitcoin, not AI, not artificial intelligence for sure. Because for a long time, AI was seen as promising, but very limited. It was hard to measure real ROI or to deploy it at scale. Copilots emerged, but again, they were mostly individual productivity tools, and they were not a truly strategic asset for the enterprises. And that is exactly why Edge Company exists today. We exist because of a cognitive gap that paralyzes the modern corporation, the space between having an insight and executing at scale across fragmented systems and disconnected apps. If you zoom out again, every major leap in computing or productivity has been about creating and owning a new interface. Terminals, desktops, browsers, spreadsheets, softwares, you name it. And for the longest time, AI owned none of that. It could think and talk, it could not operate where enterprise work lives, and that is the problem we're solving. What changes now is that with computer use, we need to think of it as a foundational technology that is different than RPA. RPA was built to execute scripts in static environments. Computer use is different. It can understand context, adapt to UI changes, and act dynamically. That matters because enterprise work is fragmented by design across HR, procurement, supply chain. It's all ERPs, CRMs that don't necessarily talk to each other. So instead of waiting for every workflow to be rebuilt around APIs, Edge works directly through the existing interface layer. That changes the economics of automation. And then, knowing that, finally, how can you win? In the enterprise, autonomy is not enough. At Edge Company, we think that you're going to win with control and sovereignty. Enterprises need sovereignty. That means secure deployment, traceability, and control over data, control over the models, control over execution. It also means observability and guardrails, keeping humans in the loop. That is the difference between a demo and a production system. So in the end, the enterprise race is no longer about who has the smartest model. Everyone will have access to powerful AI models, but few enterprises today have access to control AI, autonomous AI, capable AI in the messy reality of enterprise systems. And at Edge Company, this is where the real advantage will live, and we are building that advantage for our clients. And if you want to join the journey as a partner, a client, or an employee, we're definitely hiring, so please reach out. Thank you.